Good morning, okay, 7:07. Don't worry. You're not late. I might be, but you're not.
But you're not.
You don't have to be, though, with micro transit cat system thing going on here.
Started yesterday. Yesterday was the first official day.
You can really use it.
Yeah.
You can call and you can set up a ride and kind of point to point.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to test this thing out. Let's see what it's worth.
Yeah, let's see how it works.
I think it's $2.20 per seat.
Per seat.
Don't quote me on the math there, but that's what I've heard.
All right, $2.20 per seat. Okay, that's better than an Uber.
You can take the Magic School Bus anywhere in the world right now. Where are you going?
Oh gosh, somewhere warm. Although it's not too bad today.
38.
Yeah, it's going to be in the 60s today though. Yeah, it's going to warm up.
Got that high percentage change.
A little more tease of spring coming up over the next few days, which I'm not mad about.
Now, is it really a tease, or are we feeling confident and safe that there's not going to be another hard freeze? So when these plants are outside,
I don't
they
feel
gonna
safe.
die.
I don't feel safe. No, I don't.
You don't feel? You think you're going to die?
I'm not going to die. I just don't feel like my spirit's ready for spring yet.
Okay.
It's still holding off. My spirit may die if we get another cold snap again. So I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to let my heart get hurt again like it did last time.
Don't put yourself vulnerable.
Bill's all in
there.
though. He's back to it's spring. It's not going to be winter again. But
he was just now recovering.
I'm not going to get my heart broken again. I've learned my lesson.
You open it up and you try to share your thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
Yeah, and I just, I said, okay, I know it's going to get cold again. I've lived here long enough. I've lived here my entire life. I know how the seasons go. We get this little tease of spring, and then it gets cold again, and then we'll get another one. And I'm going to say if we can get through March, then I'll feel like, okay, I'm okay. But we're last week of February this week.
It is last week of February. You know, someone else who feels like they probably got their heart broken, Sam Bankman-Fried. He is in prison right now for... I guess breaking the hearts of others, right? He broke the hearts of a bunch of others based on him saying that he was going to make them a bunch of money with his cryptocurrency platform, FTX. And he got caught because he wasn't. In fact, he was just living in the Bahamas doing Lord knows what inside of a house with many, many people.
I'll take the Magic School Bus to the Bahamas.
And he's in prison. At least I think he's in prison because he tweeted last night. He tweeted or X'd from prison last night. And I think, is he sharing a cell with Diddy at this point? I don't know. That might be good.
They are not. No, they never shared a cell. They were just in the same.
Just a bunk.
No, they were just in the same prison at the same time.
Just a lunchtime.
Yeah, they just like high-fived each other when they saw him on the playground.
So SBF tweeting yesterday, and this is a 10-part tweet. So it's a thread. This is what they call a thread on X, if you haven't seen, where it's multiple tweets. You got to click like almost in the comments, like, what am I
with the
doing
social
here?
media lingo.
Look, I'm trying to teach other people that know nothing. I have a lot of sympathy for government employees. I, too, have not checked my email for the past few hundred days. And I can confirm that being unemployed is a lot less relaxing than it looks. Firing people is one of the hardest things to do in the world. It sucks for everyone involved. My experience, it is usually not the employee's fault that they got fired. It is usually correct to let them go anyway. More often, the problem is that the company just doesn't have the right job for them. I tell this to everyone we let go, that it was as much our fault for not having the right role for them, or the right person to manage them, or the right work environment for them. Maybe we just didn't really have anyone free to manage them right then. Maybe they work best remotely, but our company communicated in person. Maybe they wanted to work on a particular project, and it just wasn't what the company needed. Or maybe the department they worked for just had problems. This happens now and then. We saw it at competitors that hired 30,000 too many employees and then had no idea what to do with them. So entire teams just sat around doing nothing all day. And we saw it internally when a manager would get busy or distracted, and half a department would lose its bearing at the same time. It isn't the employee's fault when that happens. It isn't their fault if their employer doesn't really know what to do with them or doesn't really have anyone to effectively manage them. It isn't their fault if internal policy led their department to lose its way. But there's no point in keeping them around doing nothing.
What's your thoughts on that?
This dude's in prison. What is going on?
How's he tweeting?
How is he tweeting?
You can't check his email, but
he's
got
talking
time to be
about
on
the
Twitter.
government emails, right? How did this guy get access to Twitter? Is that allowed in prison? It must be,
He must have called a friend and given him his.
Oh, you think it was that?
Login. It has to be that, because this sounds like a phone conversation too that the guy's like transcribing.
Word for word.
Yeah.
Is there an apostrophe in it's? You said it with apostrophe,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. It is or it's. That's how I always say it in my head. Whoa, what do you think? I agree with some of it. I disagree with some of it, but
we're gonna ride with these philosophicals of Sam Bankman-Fried here. I have I been fired?
Allegedly.
There were requirements that were required of me that there was just no way I could comply with.
So it's just like this tweet right here.
And so
it was
I
not
said
your
to
fault.
myself,
It was the manager's fault for not giving you the job you wanted.
it wasn't my fault. And there were other times where, as far as in, a young whippersnapper's priorities of the day, I had an opportunity once. And I can say this now. I don't know if like the owner's still around or not, but Auto Spa Car Wash. There's a time I worked there as a young lad. And I know several people in the local community work there as well.
Not this one on Catawba?
Yeah, the one on Catawba.
Oh, it's not there anymore, so you don't have to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it. It doesn't matter anymore.
The statute of limitations is passed when they tear down the building?
It's gone. And I had the opportunity. I was working the drive-through, not even cleaning the car post-wash, because that's really, from a sales side, if you do pre-wash, that's actually where the money's at in the car wash game. If you work there, because you're like selling the packages. Well, there was this night that like, there was going to be I had this opportunity for this date. And so I chose the date over making my quota that day. And so we didn't see eye to eye on that, me and management. And so I left.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's it. So
turns out, dumb mistake. I should have stayed and made that cash that day, but I didn't.
You should have.
Yeah.
You should have. But
I think she stood me up too, even after. So.
You learn a lesson from it, right? You're like, hey, stay and work instead of going on a date.
Never went on a date again.
Never went on a date ever again.
Peaked in 8th grade.
I have not been fired. And I have been laid off before, and it was like the one that he mentioned with the 30,000. Yeah, I worked for a company and they hired too many people at once. They got real excited. And I literally had about 2 hours of work to do a day. Now, for me, fantastic.
Best work-life balance ever.
Ever. My one for I worked that
Was
job.
it remote too?
Yes, it was remote too.
Yes.
It was the best job ever. And it came at a time where I needed a break anyway. Like I would just have been killing myself, being too ambitious and girl bossing too hard. And I was like, I just need to chill for a little bit, but I can't quit my job because I got to have a job. And so, yeah, I got this job and it was the most cush job ever. I did absolutely nothing when they did the layoffs, and I knew I was going to get laid off because I did nothing. And they told me, and I was like, yeah, it
Save
hurts.
the conversation.
It hurts. But and when you get laid off or fired or whatever, and you're working a remote job, this is how they do it. Just in case you don't know, people out there listening, you're going to get a request for a Zoom call with about 2 minutes notice. And then when you pull up your Zoom call, it's got your boss, their boss, HR, lawyers, everybody on it. And you pull it up and you go, oh no. And they're like, yeah, you know what's happening. I was like, I know. And it's probably the right thing to do for the company, but hurts my heart a little bit, but
it's not the right thing. Don't fire them.
It all worked out. Look, we're sitting here
Keep
today.
them all. It's
You
only
didn't stay
money.
at Auto Spa?
We just print it. That's all we do,
right.
right? They're just
That's right.
printing it.
You should really stick around to hear what the crazy gang of three have to say next. Good morning, LKN on WSIC.
Well, my forecast is that most of us will have spring fever by the end of this week. Plenty of sunshine. We'll climb up to around 70 for our Tuesday afternoon, only dropping back into the upper 30s overnight, so chilly, but not super cold. Approaching the low 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into our Wednesday. Our next rain chance, although a quick one, and likely not much rain, comes Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Listen, save, enjoy. The WSIC app, available now in your app store.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Join the Statesville Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday, February 26th for a night of celebration and recognition with the rescheduled annual Sage Awards for Statesville area growth and excellence. The event honors individuals and organizations that have made significant impacts on the community. The rescheduled Sage Awards begins at 6 p.m. Wednesday, February 26th at the Statesville Civic Center. Visit statesvillechamber.org for your tickets. Bin 110 in Cornelius presents live music Thursday through Saturday. Simple Soul, Vinyl Live, and Chasing Phoenix headline 3 straight nights of live performances. Visit bin110.com for more information and their full upcoming music schedule. We'll see you this weekend at Bin 110. Saturday night, the 500 Club in Statesville presents live music with Blackwater Revival. Blackwater Revival presents their performance of high energy and hard-driving classic rock music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Enjoy live music at 6 p.m. Saturday at the 500 Club. The Daily STEAM program at Charlotte Motor Speedway offers student groups a fun and educational experience like no other. Students will relate motorsports to core principles of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. Kids will experience force, motion, energy, and engineering through hands-on stations. Morning and afternoon sessions are available to accommodate school schedules. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information on the Daily STEAM programs for students. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Merlefest 2025, presented by Window World, returns April 24th through the 27th in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear the Avett Brothers, Bonnie Raitt, The Dead South, Watch House, Wyatt Floors, I'm With Her, Leftover Salmon, The Warren Treaty, The Steel Drivers, and many more. For tickets, visit merlefest.org.
Want to talk with Justin, Bill, or Mamie? Give them a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:18. Happy Tuesday to you. Longest day of the week. Getting warmer outside. Let's see how everybody else is feeling about it. ICATS.com. Alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte. Cruising in the HOV lane with Jeff. Good morning, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning. No accidents to report. 77 north and southbound Statesville, Charlotte. There's some heavier traffic, but things are flowing. You'll have your typical slowdowns in the Huntersville area. Secondary roads, Statesville, Troutman, Mooresville, I've not heard of any issues, so hope everybody enjoys the beautiful day.
Absolutely. Patient pants required. We'll keep that 3-second rule going if that's okay with you, Jeff. Otherwise, we'll chat with you at 8:15.
All right.
Have a great morning.
See you then.
Yeah.
You too. Bye.
ICATS.com. Tuesday, $1 from your front door today to go to the VA in Salisbury, $1 to get back. Remember, though, you got to schedule the appointment. ICATS.com.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
Word of the day.
All right, today's word of the day on this gorgeous-looking Tuesday morning here, February the 25th. Almost done with February.
Yeah.
Almost.
Today's word of the day is loosh.
Loosh.
Loosh. I've never heard this word before, so it is a new one, so bear with me, everyone. Loosh, it is an adjective, so it describes. L-O-U-C-H-E. Loosh.
Loosh. Word of the day. Bill gives us the word. We guess the definition, but we don't guess.
You got a guess here off the jump?
Loosh. Loose.
No. Incorrect. Does sound like.
Yeah.
Reminds me
That's what I
of
was going for.
Right.
Loofah.
No. Does sound like.
Does the definition start with the same letter?
No.
Pineapple.
No. On Good Morning LKN, Mamie gave Justin a louche glance when he claimed to have exclusive insider sources for his completely made-up weather predictions.
Sorry, I was on the noun version, not the adjective.
Yeah.
Right.
Wild? Loose predictions?
No, it doesn't start with the same letter. He already said that.
Right. Justin's louche defense of his questionable coffee choices, if it's brown, it's drinkable, made Mamie reconsider ever letting him make the morning brew.
Like the lowest common denominator.
No.
The easiest.
The easiest. Like
No.
the loose. I'm going to say loose, though. It doesn't start with L.
Right. And sorry, this is a new word for me, so I'm having trouble. I'm learning as we are all learning.
In real time?
In real time.
Nice.
Louche. I got another one if you guys want to give it a try,
Yeah, I'll
but I
take-
really don't think
Another
the
word? Yeah, we'll
sentences
take
are
another
helping
word.
me.
Oh, you got
Or,
another
can I
sentence.
trade the
Oh,
word
okay.
pass?
Nope. Mamie called out Justin's louche smirk when he claimed to have expert knowledge on fine dining despite regularly eating at gas station burritos. Regularly eating
fake?
gas station burritos.
Fake?
Fake? No, because I don't really like the sentences that I have with my
Silly?
definition. No.
Crusty?
No. Oh, God, no. No.
I don't know.
No, we're
I'm
moving.
lost on this one.
That's totally fine. New word. Louche means not reputable or decent. So
Not decent.
I'm
louche.
But I want you to think about it like this. Like it's one thing to wear like gold around your neck as like jewelry, right?
Mhm.
That is nice. It is another thing to have your gold capped in your teeth for no particular reason. That would be considered louche.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's almost like doing something gaudy for no reason that some people might not agree with.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Outlandish for
Being a
no
little bit
reason?
over
Is
the
that-
top.
Is that, yeah,
Yeah.
over the top? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes. Louche is a French word also, and
Heck
it
yeah, it
means
is.
squinting, right? So it's almost like you have to squint to make it.
Wait, so
You know.
louche means squinting or it means not decent?
Do you speak French?
Oui.
Okay. Well, then it can mean squinting.
Okay. Squinting. Did you know that President Macron was here in the United States yesterday? Speaking of France.
Is he from France?
Did you do that on purpose? Yeah. Yeah, the President Macron?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
And it's
he's
pronounced
from France.
Macaroon.
Macaroon. President Macaroon
No, I'm
was
just
here.
joking. I don't know.
From France, and he was in the White House yesterday, and there was some interesting comments and discussions. Obviously, a lot of it right now having to do with the Ukraine war and who's paying for what. Trump has thrown out some big numbers out there as far as dollars that the United States has paid as compared to dollars that Europe has paid. And so we'll play this kind of short clip here. This was an exchange between President Trump and President Macaroon inside of the Oval Office yesterday. Here it is.
Will France support the U.S. being compensated?
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated because they are the one to have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they were the one to aggress.
Again, just so you understand, Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total efforts, and it was through, like the US, loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money. To be clear, we have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging. So they are frozen. If at the end of the day, in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loan at the end of the day, and Russia would have paid for that.
If you
This is my
believe
wish.
that, it's okay with me.
Mr. President,
But they get their money back, and we don't, and now we do. But, you know, that's
We will
only
fight
fair.
both.
Mr. President, can you take Russia?
So interesting back and forth here.
Yeah.
First off, if you couldn't understand President Macaroon, the French dialogue is a little
We are
heavy
being
there.
very insensitive. That's not really his name. I was just
Macron?
yeah. I was just joking.
But macaroons are French, right?
Yeah, but I think how do they pronounce it in French? Macron.
Probably Macron.
Probably
the same way. So the president of France was there in the White House yesterday, and they're discussing the dollars that have been thrown out there, and it's this back and forth kind of game right now about hundreds of billions of dollars and just who's getting repaid, who's not, and so a lot of posturing. But here's what I'd say to pay attention to in the equation: France's president came to the United States, came and sat in the White House, sat in the Oval Office. So certainly from a leverage perspective, that would probably say right now. Where it's kind of leaning as far as who's got the stance for the negotiation.
I want to know, does he have
here in the future.
the stake in Macron's?
Because that's going to be the question.
know
Really,
about
is
that.
you need somebody to negotiate. You need to send in some of these new generation kids because keeping up
Yeah.
with 72 ounces of steak is probably what the target line should be
You
for
think
who
so?
we send into these meetings for negotiation.
All right.
And I think it's a young man's game at this point as far as eating a 72-ounce steak. I've always said to myself, if I walk into a restaurant and they have like the wall with the pictures on it, I might think about trying it.
Have you ever done a food challenge at a restaurant?
I feel like I've done a food challenge. I have not done a 72-ounce steak.
You've not done like you have to eat all of this food and then you get a T-shirt?
No, I don't think I've done
Okay,
that.
so
I've wanted to.
In
Thought about it.
Texas, obviously, the 72-ounce steak challenge, but it's not just the steak. You have to eat the salad, the bread, and the potato too.
The salad, bread, and potatoes.
Yes, you have to eat that too. But yes, it's a 72-ounce steak. And it's been teenagers that have been winning this. Teenage boys have been dominating the 72-ounce steak challenge.
And you can play this audio, Bill. I think this is good.
15 years old, and a month ago, there was a 14-year-old in here.
14-year-old.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner!
The youngest to ever win the challenge was 11 years old. Do you think you could have eaten a 72-ounce steak at that age? What's the
An
deal with you states
11-year-old.
winning the 72-ounce
But
steak challenge?
I have
at the Big
teenage nephews those boys can destroy some food in no time. And like whenever Katie was coming up and she's starting to be a teenager and her friends would come over, I was like, or is it just girls or boys too? And if it was boys, I'd have to order like double the amount of food because those boys can put away some food.
Noah can eat. There's no doubt about that. Even at 6 years old right now, I feel like he's just constantly eating. But it's not steak. It's not 72 ounces of steak. It's, mac and cheese, mini corn dogs, chicken nuggets, fruit, yogurt.
But if you told him you got a T-shirt,
crackers,
you think he'd eat it?
Cereal, probably some orange juice in there.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
But if you put teenagers in there at a 72 ounce
when you were 14 or 15 years old, could you have put away 72 ounces of steak?
Definitely. We used to go to the Bojangles. Why do you think the Bojangles on 25 closed?
Oh, is that why?
We used to go on Wednesdays during the all-you-can-eat buffet. Shut that place down.
I forgot they had a buffet.
Only on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And then they closed shortly thereafter.
I'll put them out of business?
Yeah.
I bet Bill could do it now.
Probably could. The 72-ounce steak, just a steak, but you got to eat the potato, you got to eat the bread, and you got to eat the salad. I think that's where Bill's flaws are. If on the game box, as far as which categories, steak, he's at probably like a 96.
Right.
But salad, he's probably at like a 65. I'd put Bill at a salad. But bread and potato, he's gonna be down like a 3.
You think?
And I don't mean that. I mean that with all due respect.
Bread.
Yeah.
It's part of the meal though. You got to eat it.
I'm not gonna put a challenge over my own standard.
I don't know if this is timed or if it's just like.
Ooh, that's a big factor.
I'm sure it is timed. I'm sure you have to eat it.
72 ounces, 4 pounds.
That's a lot of steak.
It's 4 pounds. That's more than you can buy. That's more than you get in the one container when you buy the steak. You know what I mean? You got to buy 2 containers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of steak. But anyway, yeah. Well, there you go. If you got a 15-year-old kid and you're over in Texas.
It would be in Texas where they have this too, 72 ounces.
In Texas, yeah.
Is anybody slinging a 72-ounce steak around here?
The big Texan.
Big tinies?
I don't know about big tinies.
Probably specialty. Got to set it up.
Peninsula.
72 ounces of anything.
Peninsula Prime had a very large steak. It was not 72
Epic's
ounces.
got the tomahawk.
Yeah, the tomahawk.
Epic's got the tomahawk in downtown Mooresville.
Now, Rob can destroy a tomahawk, plus the potato. He doesn't eat bread or salad.
The best part of the tomahawk is throwing the bone after.
Yeah? You just throw it at somebody?
The tomahawk.
I finished it. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, there you go. So if you ever find yourself in Texas, or if you're a restaurant here and you want to create it, let us know. We'll help you out.
Hey, Hornets lost last night to Sacramento. They lost 88-130, so that's only a 42-point spread compared to the 60-point spread against Portland. Miles Bridges with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 3-points made. LaMelo with 13 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Nick Smith Jr., 13 points, 2 assists, 3 3-points made. Yusef Nurkic, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Musa Diabete, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. Mark didn't play.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie is on the way from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, my forecast is that most of us will have spring fever by the end of this week. Plenty of sunshine. We'll climb up to around 70 for our Tuesday afternoon, only dropping back into the upper 30s overnight, so chilly, but not super cold. Approaching the low 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into our Wednesday. Our next rain chance, although a quick one, and likely not much rain, comes Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
This February, treat your loved one and yourself to a fully organized space. Closets by Design is locally owned and operated, and to celebrate 20 years, they're keeping love alive with 20% off all upgrades and accessories. Offer ends Friday, so visit closetsbydesign.com today.
Lowry Drug is a source for excellent pharmacy services. We have served the Statesville community since 1959. We have attentive customer service, a state-of-the-art compounding laboratory, and the Dispill medication packaging system that takes the work out of medication management for those using medication planners. We do it for you. Come see us at Lowry Drug in Statesville. Call 704-873-2247. Come see us.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress, just need a moment away? Repeat after me, Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageAndWellness.com, with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
Hello everyone, this is Joshua Doby, president of North Main Financial Group. At North Main Financial Group, we move to where you need us. Investment management, insurance planning, and estate strategies. No two people are the same, so we customize our planning based upon your needs. Reach out to us at northmainfinancial.com. That's northmainfinancial.com.
When you have problems with your heating system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.
Give the gift of confidence with professional tooth whitening at Crawford and Colvin Dentistry in Huntersville. Choose from take-home trays or in-office options. Crawford and Colvin Dentistry, where smiles are crafted with care. Visit LakeNormanDentist.com.
Now is the right time to buy or sell your home. I'm Matt Madison with Madison & Company Realty. With high interest rates, low inventory, and a lot of people moving to our area, it makes people wonder. But we have the answers for you. Call us at Madison & Company Realty in Statesville to help you navigate the real estate market. 704-873-7700. Visit us online at MadisonandCompanyRealtyNC.com. Madison & Company Realty, we've got you covered.
Hi, Josh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
It ain't easy being number one, but we make it look good.
WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The Department of Agriculture says bird flu has decimated the nation's flock of egg-laying hens. Millions of birds have been killed. The number of egg-laying hens dropped last month to the lowest level in 9 years, and egg prices continue to work their way higher. Denny's has joined the list of restaurants adding surcharges on egg orders. The charges are temporary, and Denny's says they'll vary by region and location. It is the end of the line for the Joann chain of fabric and craft stores. There were hopes some locations would survive Joann's latest bankruptcy, but the chain was auctioned off to a liquidator that plans to close all of the remaining outlets. And Walt Disney's Pinocchio debuted in movie theaters 85 years ago this week. And Disney is marking the anniversary with a new collection of Disney-themed merchandise. Variety notes the original 1940 film is on sale at Amazon. Other items can be found at Disney's online store. Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio.
24/7 worldwide, non-stop.
WSIC.
Local starts here. Now, back to more of Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:35. Happy Tuesday to you. Hey, real quick, the Democratic Republic of Congo says it's suspending cobalt exports for 4 months to rein in oversupply of the battery metal on the international market. We'll see how that does. If you got AA's or AAA's, don't you go over to the dollar store today before I get there and rack up. Don't you do it, because that's the spot to get batteries.
Do they have a limit on how many batteries you can buy at Dollar Tree?
Not currently. They better not put them Publix tags on them shelves like they do over there. Limit one per person. Don't be doing that. Also, a new movie coming out. Yeah. Featuring the world's biggest sport?
The world's biggest sport or Lake Norman's biggest sport?
Okay, maybe
I mean, that's my world, so it counts. Yes, do you remember Dodgeball?
I do remember Dodgeball.
Okay, so the Dodgeball movie that came out with Ben
If you
Stiller,
could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
Yes, so Ben Stiller is now making a pickleball comedy that just finished filming. It is set for release later this year, titled The Dink. Do you know that term?
Dink?
Dink. That's the sound it makes. If you're if you're in the walking club. What is the walking club?
Harborview
Walking Club?
Yeah.
Yes, you hear many, many dinks while you're taking that stroll around the building.
Or if you stand downtown Huntersville, right there at the corner of Dillard and 21.
The comedy will follow a former tennis pro aiming to save his club and win his father's approval by doing something he never wanted to do, play pickleball. The cast includes former tennis champion and outspoken pickleball hater Andy Roddick. So this should be a fun little movie.
Is he the hater? He's the former champion and outspoken pickleball hater? Yes. I would imagine Ben Stiller would be.
Yes. So how you think this is going to do?
So if it's trying to be dodgeball,
just be funny, silly comedy.
It's a classic comedy. I mean, this is the Will Ferrell-esque kind of style. Yeah. What kind of comedy do you call that? It's not sketch comedy. What kind of comedy would that be called?
It's just
Just comedy?
Silly comedy, yeah.
Stupid comedy?
I think it's under the stupid comedy category on Netflix, yeah.
Like when you have these kind of conversations or you listen to these conversations in this movie, it's like, why are they talking like this? People don't talk
Nobody
like
talks like this, but it's ridiculous. But it gives you a lot of good one-liners, like the one if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Like, it just gives you this fun little, and like Talladega Nights, right? Just a sport that everybody knows, some people love, some people hate, and it's just fun to talk about.
It probably will have some like real nuances of pickleball. And again, I haven't played yet, and so I'm going to probably be in the dark on some of those. I might still think it's funny. I would see this when it comes out on on demand,
for free.
Yeah,
that's what I'm planning to go see it too. No,
well, it's not for free. I pay my subscription.
I mean, you're not paying to buy the movie, download the movie.
I just don't see a reason why I need to pay Warner Brothers or Disney twice to go see it in the theater, plus then pay for the subscription when it comes out of the house.
Right. Yes, I will do the same. I will turn it on while I'm scrolling my phone and have a couple laughs. Maybe I tried to watch something last night though that was supposed to be funny, and it was not. I don't know. Am I getting too old that I don't think that stupid humor is funny anymore?
I don't think it's about the humor necessarily for me. I have trouble following storylines of shows or getting engulfed into shows, especially the fiction realm, right? Like it's one thing for nonfiction if you go for like the highest level of hard-hitting news like The Bachelor and you just focus on reality and nothing to do with the fake world whatsoever, that's a lot easier to follow. But when you get into these fiction style shows, FBI Elite Season 7, you know what I mean? Things like that. I have trouble following.
The movie I tried to watch yesterday was a Bill recommendation again. Almost Pregnant with Amy Schumer. Just
not familiar.
Terrible.
Is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
The movie.
It was awful.
Bill's got some bangers. He's got some sleepers out there, though.
I don't think he actually recommended. I just like to pick on him because every movie he recommends, I'm like, that was not good.
The other thing I try to do when I'm really brain dead, similar to like just listen to President Macron come to the White House, I'll put on a movie that has subtitles and just see what happens.
I have to have the subtitles now. I've gotten to the age of like, I can hear just fine. I have no hearing damage as far as I know.
No. I'm not talking about English movie. I'm talking about like a foreign language.
A foreign one. No. Mine is just for English movies. I need the subtitles on to be able to follow along in my brain to track it. That's exactly what it is.
That's tough. You got to read it while you watch and listen.
I have to.
3 senses at once?
I have to. Because otherwise I don't know. I'll have to rewind it because I won't understand what's happening.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I'm not at that level yet.
Bring our ADHD specialist in on that one again.
Because when I try to read anyone with a subtitle, it's tough. It's
tough. Now, a movie in another language with the subtitles, I do have trouble following that one. But anyway, for the pickleball
do no
movie,
subtitles. Just do a different language, no
subtitles?
Yeah.
Is that how I'm going to learn a new language?
Just watch to see if the video matches what you think happened.
I think a new game is just watch a movie in another language and then
you guess what happened.
And then try to explain the story at the end. That's fun.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not a bad one right there. That's not too shabby. Plenty of other games going on in the world. One game might be involving doing front flips. And I would prefer this as a team sport because China now has the robot that can do the front flips. This is the first robot.
They're doing too much with these robots. They need
We've
to
seen
stop.
the backflip. We've seen the other stuff. But China's Engine AI, that's I think the name of the company, unveiled the world's first front flipping robot here. And I think you can go in with the audio. I think it's just music and probably just a cool sound of robots flipping on the ground. But this is it. The robot can now do a front flip. They get it from every angle in this video too, which if you download the WSIC News app available on iOS and Google Play, you could see it with the video live stream right now. This is a full-fledged front flip. In addition to the flip itself, on this last slow-mo reel right here, you're going to see, look what he does with the arms. Does the arms all the way around kind of a thing? You know what I mean? Like gets that momentum with the arms, if you would, and then just sticks that landing. So bye-bye Olympic athletes? Is this who's at threat with this one right here?
No.
Because if you can do a front flip, you can definitely grab the bar and do all the other stuff.
Why do you want to watch a robot do this? You want to watch a robot Olympics?
I think it would be cool. We should do a competition show where it's robot versus human and see who wins.
The robot?
You think the robot wins?
How's the robot gonna? I don't know. Unless they like can't dance to a beat or something like that. I can't think of what sport that they could be worse at than.
So that's what we can do. We can pick dancing. Let's see how they do at dancing. Okay, maybe we take gold in that. But front flipping, clearly they're going to win that one.
They're doing great. Why would a robot need to front flip? What's the benefit of this? Just to look cool in front of your friends? In front of your robot friends?
Probably a step toward being able to grab something off the top shelf in the kitchen.
No, it's just a step towards, dominating the world.
Just because we can. Just because we can with
Because
robots.
we can. Remember we talked earlier in the show about, people who don't have enough to do at their jobs and they should get laid off. There's an example right there.
That's an example of one right
How
there.
much money, time, and energy was put into teaching a robot to front flip.
There's a lot of time
Can
and
it
energy.
fold a fitted sheet? That's all I need.
I need one task
I
and
need
one
one
task
task.
only. You can rent a robot to fold your fitted
Please.
sheet. Just starts driving around. You carry the basket out, it folds it, you get it back.
Yes,
They don't
that's
even have
all
to
I
leave the
need.
truck.
No, just fold a
Just
fitted sheet.
slip it through a slot.
That's
You don't
all I
have to
need.
see the robot do
All
it.
I need.
A lot of talk about technology and the robots. Also, a lot of talk about AI. Axios co-founder made comments yesterday about Apple and the manufacturing and the bringing the dollars back to the U.S. yesterday. Pretty big announcement from a investment perspective, change of a company. I mean, we sat down with Joshua Doby of North Main Financial Group last week, and we talked to him about this whole kind of CapEx concept. So companies just spending cash on one-time projects, research and development, this kind of thing. And Apple's situation is no different to that. This would be a major capital improvement. Here's the co-founder of Axios and the comments he had about it.
This Apple announcement this morning, which just popped 6 a.m. Eastern, all the details are up, the lead story on Axios. This is a landmark story for a couple of reasons. One, the effort by the president to bring manufacturing back to the U.S., this is a massive commitment to that. And as we say in our story, this gives Trump the leverage to say to other companies, Apple can do this. Apple is bringing these jobs into the U.S. Apple is investing in the U.S. Why can't you? Why won't you? And the statement out this morning from Apple CEO Tim Cook, talking about being bullish on the future of America, talking about writing an extraordinary new chapter in the history of American innovation. So that's one bucket. Two, there's an incredible footprint for this. This is all across the United States, and it's part of the big story that Axios has been telling, that it's no longer just the coast. Look at where some of these big investments are. The swing states of Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Nevada, red states, the massive investment that you were talking about in Texas, a big innovation lab in Michigan. So a footprint all across the country. And third, if you look at how the U.S. is going to have a sustained recovery, it's going to be about building things, making things, doing that more in the U.S. This is a big step toward that.
There you go. So Apple making a big investment. North Carolina is on the list. And even Senator Tom Tillis retweeted out yesterday Tim Cook's message that North Carolina is on the list for additional infrastructure. They've already got that data center in Catawba County, if you didn't know that already. Mm-hmm. They're talking about 20,000 jobs total across. Now, I don't know if that's, that's obviously not going to be all North Carolina. I don't know how many are going to be in which area, but major announcement.
Where you are. There's more Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, my forecast is that most of us will have spring fever by the end of this week. Plenty of sunshine. We'll climb up to around 70 for our Tuesday afternoon, only dropping back into the upper 30s overnight. So chilly, but not super cold. Approaching the low 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into our Wednesday. Our next rain chance, although a quick one, and likely not much rain, comes Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Join the Statesville Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday, February 26th for a night of celebration and recognition with the rescheduled annual Sage Awards for Statesville area growth and excellence. The event honors individuals and organizations that have made significant impacts on the community. The rescheduled Sage Awards begins at 6 p.m. Wednesday, February 26th at the Statesville Civic Center. Visit statesvillechamber.org for your tickets. Bin 110 in Cornelius presents live music Thursday through Saturday. Simple Soul, Vinyl Live, and Chasing Phoenix headline 3 straight nights of live performances. Visit bin110.com for more information and their full upcoming music schedule. We'll see you this weekend at Bin 110. Saturday night, the 500 Club in Statesville presents live music with Blackwater Revival. Blackwater Revival presents their performance of high energy and hard-driving classic rock music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Enjoy live music at 6 p.m. Saturday at the 500 Club. The Daily STEAM program at Charlotte Motor Speedway offers student groups a fun and educational experience like no other. Students will relate motorsports to core principles of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. Kids will experience force, motion, energy, and engineering through hands-on stations. Morning and afternoon sessions are available to accommodate school schedules. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information on the Daily STEAM programs for students. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Merlefest 2025, presented by Window World, returns April 24th through the 27th in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear the Avett Brothers, Bonnie Raitt, The Dead South, Watch House, Wyatt Floors, I'm With Her, Leftover Salmon, The Warren Treaty, The Steel Drivers, and many more. For tickets, visit merlefest.org.
They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 7:48. Happy Tuesday to you. You know, we're gonna have a guest today. We actually have a couple guests today. Christine Patterson of the town of Mooresville is going to be joining us at 8:15. She's also co-host of I Heart Mooresville, which airs every Tuesday from 11 to noon. She's the arts and events manager. A lot going on because you got Mooresville Day, I think, is coming up.
Yes.
And then you're leading into spring. You got St. Patty's Day also coming up.
Yep.
And then all kinds of stuff throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, the Dolly Parton tribute coming up.
The Dolly Parton tribute coming up.
Lots of fun happening.
Did you know that I think Mooresville's got 26 parks?
No,
I think it's 26.
I thought it was 17.
17 parks?
17.
It's
17 parks, excuse me.
I've heard Christine say it enough that
It's a lot of parks.
It's a lot of parks, though, for the town of Mooresville, yes.
It's a lot of good parks, too. There's a lot of great parks
Great
across Mooresville. So we're excited to talk with Christine Patterson. We'll do that. We're also going to talk to Amy Isaacs of the McIntosh Law Firm. McIntosh Law Firm is the official legal correspondent firm for Good Morning LKN. We appreciate Bob and the entire team there. Bob and the entire team know that if they weren't in here really providing legal information, we would just be making stuff up every single day.
We still do make stuff up every day, but we have the people that know about it. So.
Exactly. And also, McIntosh Law is the presenting sponsor of Community Centered, which airs every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m., co-hosted by Debbie O'Hanley, the executive director of the Hope House Foundation, a women and children's transitional homeless shelter, doing just incredible work based in Huntersville, North Carolina, and also Margie Kyle of Little Smiles, which just heartbreaking stuff as far as what goes on in that organization with children who are in, care, hospice. It's hospice care in essence, right, for terminal illnesses for children. And it's just, oh my gosh. But to hear from those two every Tuesday and hear what's going on in the nonprofit world and to share those stories and the insight, because there's so much need, even in our own community. I mean, it's absolutely wild. And so Debbie O'Hanley leading the charge on that one, and grateful for McIntosh Law for supporting that show as well, so we can continue to push content out and keep people informed about what's going on in the nonprofit space.
Absolutely.
So grateful for them as well. And Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, you're hanging out with Patrick Reynolds. I hope you're celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, or at least maybe your friends' birthdays and anniversaries, by getting them on the prize wheel every day. And you really want to do this if you're a fan of Merlefest. Merlefest is coming up in April 24th through the 27th. You can visit merlefest.org. It's a big music festival that's been going on for years. I mean, I think even decades now at this point.
Oh, decades, yeah, for sure.
And it supports Wilkes Community College, a wonderful community college located just at the foothills there in western North Carolina, and really helps fund the programs that Wilkes Community College does throughout the year. And so, wonderful opportunity. You have your chance to win tickets. I'm tying this together now. The Home Ad Show, if you get your name on the birthday and prize wheel, birthday and anniversary prize wheel, because we don't want to leave out anniversaries too, and you win, well, then on Friday, all the winners of the birthdays and anniversaries throughout the week get put onto a different prize wheel, and then a winner is chosen and tickets are given. So that's why if you know somebody with a birthday or anniversary, that's how you can life hack and get up to the front. You were born on a specific day. I'm not telling you to lie about that. Find a friend who's got a real birthday or anniversary now, and then that way you can get on the prize wheel.
That's right. That's right. And don't fret, friends, though. If you do not have a friend, a family member, a dog, a chicken that has a birthday or anniversary, we will have other ways to give away Merlefest tickets. Who's playing at Merlefest this year?
Well, you got quite a few in the lineup. Now, the headline is really what people go after, and that's the Avett Brothers.
Right.
You've also got Bonnie Raitt, who's going to be playing as well. But you've got I'm With Her. You got Tony Triska's Earl Jam. You've also got the Kruger brothers, Tammy Nielsen, Admiral Radio.
Yeah.
You got Kathy Fink and Macy Markser with Chow Tien From China to Appalachia.
Wow.
Damn Tall Buildings is playing.
Yeah.
Ella Hennessy, Jack Lawrence, Mitch Greenhill and Mitch's Kitchen, Ranford Almond, The Well Drinkers, Presley Barker, The Interactive Theater of Jeff, 1F, Full Chord, and Denisha.
Wow.
There is a lot going on. Again, Merle
That's
Fest.
not all of them. There's still more. That's not everybody.
No.
There's
That
even
is-
more.
If you want me to read the full, you know what? Do yourself a favor. merlefest.org. Go there. You can click lineup right at the top. April 24th through the 27th. So you do have a little bit of time, but not too much time. And as Mamie said, there's definitely going to be an opportunity, even if you don't have a birthday or anniversary, if you don't have any friends and don't know anybody with a birthday or anniversary. Best way you probably want to do is go ahead and download the WSIC News app.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. Tease,
You know,
tease.
my favorite last year was Mild Goose Chase. They're not coming back this year.
They're not?
Yeah, they got a little bit too big from being at Merlefest, so they're out there touring.
See, I think that's probably one of my biggest fears of the LKN Olympics for when we finally do it, because, like, is it okay that a sport is there for just one round and then isn't there the next? I feel like the World Olympics is kind of testing that out, right?
They do that. They bring some in and bring some out, so we can do the same.
You've got, lacrosse that's going to be in, I think, is lacrosse in the next Olympics, right? So will that stay? Will it not? We'll find out. Breakdancing is not coming back?
I don't think so.
Not coming back. It's not because it was a bust, right?
Not so much a bust. It was just, you remember the dancer from Australia? Yeah.
Yeah, she became a Halloween costume, right?
Yeah. She got a little bit viral. But yeah, so I think we can bring games in and out. I think we can, test them and see what works. But it looks like we are incredibly regionally famous, but it looks like some people who have a little bit more fame than us are getting in on the LKN Olympics game.
They're trying to figure out a new game for it here.
Yeah. They're adding a new game.
Yes, I gotta say it. We're building a redneck aircraft carrier out
Yep.
of pontoon boats that I'm gonna land my airplane on.
What kind of airplane?
Carbon Cub.
What's the runway performance? You gonna have a cable? Stop the plane with a cable?
I compete in like STOL competitions.
You compete in competitions?
Yeah.
How many pontoons are you gonna need?
I think we're just doing 3. So the ship's only gonna be
That's
60
not enough.
feet long.
How fast is it moving?
Well, we're hoping to get her to go about 15 knots.
I don't know how
I'm
fast
excited
that is.
that's out there now.
It's out there though. All right.
And if you're the FAA, give us a minute. We're going to give you a call about this. We really do follow the rules. Like, I take aviation safety serious. Something like that idea might sound crazy, but worst case, I end up in the water. The airplane's going to be wet. It's really not a dangerous situation, in my opinion.
Are they doing it
Gotta
over the
say it.
lake?
Yes.
It's Dale Jr.'s podcast. I got to say it.
Yeah.
We're building a redneck.
This is for Lake Norman. This is Cletus McFarland and Dale Jr. He was on the Dale Jr. podcast last week. So just letting you guys know that, it's reaching out. People are coming up with new games for the LKN Olympics.
How
now,
fast? 15 knots.
I have no idea.
That's a wind speed.
That's got to be on the main channel, though. Where else are you going to put that? Can't put that in a cove.
It'll be a whole
3
thing.
pontoons is not long enough to land a plane.
Well, he's talking about like he could slow the plane down in essence, where like it kind of you turn a plane into more of just like a helicopter landing kind of thing. That's the game he plays.
I don't know. I'll be interested to see it. How do you win this? It's just like you landed or you're in the lake.
You actually land
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, that's
you get
it's true
1
false.
point.
True false.
3 points for landing, 1 point for in the lake.
That's pretty much it.
I don't know.
They found a plane in the lake previously.
I've heard that. We're going to find 2 planes in the lake after we do this one.
Over near was it Jeff Gordon's spot? Does he doesn't still live there? I don't think, does he? He had the spot there down. I think it was at the end of Bethel, and they found the plane. I'm pretty sure right there. And he used to have a plane, I think, out there too. There's a few people with planes and helicopters across.
There's
the
a
lake.
lot. I've seen a lot of helicopters when you're riding out on the lake. But yeah, so adding it to the Lake Norman Olympics, and people are in support of it over on the post. So
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, that would be a great one in addition to battleships.
Yeah, Cletus
sailboat
lives
battleships.
he lives somewhere around here. I've seen videos of him in Mooresville with him and Greg Biffle have been hanging out lately. So I've been seeing videos of them hanging out. But Cletus, Dale, just call us. I think we're the commissioners.
Yeah.
Bill's the commissioner. I don't know is it a commissioner, president? How do we decide on that?
I haven't decided yet if we're going to go metric or US yet on it. I wasn't sure.
We're going standard.
Okay. Was that a third one?
Oh, no. That's what we call, well, I don't think it's called that anymore. It used to be called standard measurements when the United States was the only one that ever used it. So I always thought that was fun.
Speaking of games, Panthers tight end Ian Thomas. It looks like he's not going to return this season to the Panthers, unfortunately. So he's a tight end, and I think he did pretty decent last year. The other side too of NBA, Cuban. Did you see this? Cuban
Hold on.
Yeah.
You just announced that Ian Thomas will not be returning.
Yeah, that's word on the street.
Yeah, love Ian Thomas. That's not the biggest headline from yesterday coming out of Carolina Panthers football, though.
What's the biggest headline?
Shaq Thompson will not be returning. They are not going to re-sign Shaq Thompson, so he will enter free agency.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
What does that do to the defense then for us? Puts a big old hole?
Yeah, he was our core linebacker. He was kind of the last guy remaining from the Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis days.
Yeah.
A tremendous two-sport athlete at Washington. So I'll hate to see him go. He's my favorite Panther, yeah.
Yeah, Shaq was a nice guy, too. Seemed like a nice guy off the field, too.
Yeah, he's the man.
Everything I've seen.
That's what you want.
Yeah, that's all around. And so Panthers need to do a little bit of rebuilding. Is this a good rebuilding season we're coming up on?
No, we don't need to rebuild.
There's no such thing as a good rebuilding season.
No, those are not fun seasons. No, we're built.
We're built tough. All right. Mark Cuban, though, as far as the NBA, he is going to be, or he has asked, he sent out an email to Mavericks fans.
Oh, no, Justin. Oh, no. Justin, just look at who is.
You don't think this is real? Are you? I see the name of the handle. It's still a real situation that happened here. Look, Cuban sends out an email to. This is very real for the Mavs. They want to move past the Doncic. Is it Doncic? Doncic. So they're doing like a jersey swap that you can trade in his jersey, his Mavs jersey, and then they'll give you credit at the Mavs store for equal value. Now, what that is on a used jersey, if you got like a kid's jersey, I don't know if they give you like $12 or whatnot. But this is real. And then they sent out an email to, I think it was the ticket holders for the Mavs. And basically they're asking them to give up the number 77 jersey. I don't want to read the entire email here.
I think this is such a waste of time. Why? What if that's your favorite player? I have a Luke Kuechly jersey. Now, he didn't get traded or anything, but
I think it's the significance of this trade, like just in maybe just basketball or maybe sporting in general. But this was a big trade because a lot of people, as far as in Dallas, looked at Doncic as their guy, right? Like he was the one that was leading the charge. He was a great player. It's not like he wasn't like benched or anything, right? Like this was just a trade in the middle of the season for like a really great player where like if you're Dallas and you're a fan, you're like, well, wait a second. Hey, he's our good player. Why are we getting rid of our good player right now? Am I wrong about that mindset or that thought process on that at all?
Just like if you're coming to the game and you're buying a ticket, you can wear a chicken suit if you want to. Just come and watch the game. Have fun.
You can also go to Sam's Club now and buy golf balls. So I think Costco's got competition. The Kirkland balls. Yeah, they got competition now. So Sam's Club. Check them out.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
Demand they send an email justifying their jobs.
The response rate was pretty low to that email, considering that the Office of Personnel Management told the people that they manage, federal workers, they did not have to reply to it. It was optional to send back 5 things that they did last week. And so now Elon Musk is saying the email request was utterly trivial, as the standard for passing the test was to type some words and press send. Yet, so many failed even that inane test.
Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House. House Republicans are planning a vote on the Trump agenda.
So the way to do that is with one big, beautiful bill.
House Speaker Mike Johnson pushing a budget blueprint resolution with more funding for the border and the military, extending the 2017 Trump tax cuts tied to more than $1 trillion in spending cuts to Medicaid and other programs. Democratic Congress Brendan Boyles.
That's the very programs millions of Americans rely on.
There's continued pushback to the Trump immigration and customs enforcement raids targeting people here illegally who've committed crimes.
Fox News has learned anti-ICE activists have been banding together to interfere with ICE operations in the Los Angeles area. They've even gone so far as to put up posters featuring images and personal information of ICE officers working in Southern California to warn migrants ahead of time.
Fox's Sue Guzman. Now an update on Pope Francis, who still remains in critical condition in Rome. Fox's Lauren Green reports from there.
The Pope slept well last night, and we're told he's even watching some TV a little bit. Doctors said last night the Holy Father's clinical conditions in their critical state show a slight improvement.
The 88-year-old Pope is battling pneumonia and kidney issues. America's listening to Fox News.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
How to end the war in Ukraine. That was a big topic yesterday, marking 3 years since Russia invaded, and there were rifts between the U.S. and our allies at the UN. The Security Council approved an American-backed resolution that did not label Russia as the aggressor, prompting the UK and France to abstain. State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce tells Fox.
This is not a zero-sum game. It's not the end result. This is the beginning of an effort to stop the carnage that everyone agrees this has been a horrible war.
France's president went to the White House. Emmanuel Macron called President Trump a game changer, even as European leaders are wary of the U.S. and Russia negotiating.
I think it's good to have discussion. I think it's useful to have negotiation. I think it's super important to go to the peace.
This as the U.S. pushes a different deal with Ukraine to share profits from their natural resources.
President Trump says Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky could come to Washington next week to sign an agreement for U.S. access and development of rare earth minerals.
Where we get our money back over a period of time, but it also gives us something where I think is very beneficial to their economy, to them as a country.
President Trump has described the deal as one way for the U.S. to recoup military aid sent to Ukraine. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
An ex-Secret Service agent has died, made famous in President Kennedy's assassination in Dallas in 1963.
He was the Secret Service agent who leaped onto the back of JFK's limousine as it fled following the historic shooting. Hill died Friday at age 93 at his home in Belvedere, California, more than 6 decades after the assassination. He said the events haunted his memories, telling others he blamed himself for Kennedy's death, adding he did not react quickly enough. Tom Graham, Fox News.
Again, Clint Hill was 93. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed up for the Dow, down for the NASDAQ. I'm Dave.
Well, my forecast is that most of us will have spring fever by the end of this week. Plenty of sunshine. Climb up to around 70 for our Tuesday afternoon, only dropping back into the upper 30s overnight, so chilly but not super cold. Approaching the low 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into our Wednesday. Our next rain chance, although a quick one, and likely not much rain, comes Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville is known for the prices and selection, but I tell you what, you may not have known the distinction that this store received with Ford and Lincoln this year. We received the President's Award for 2023 for Ford for the 5th year in a row. We also received it for Lincoln for the 1st year, and I tell you, those awards don't come easily. It all boils down to taking care of the customers and having the vehicles you want in stock for you to buy.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:06. Happy Tuesday to you. If you're just hitting the streets, we're going to get a look at them soon here. RideICATS.com, alternative transportation. It's Tuesday, so if you need an appointment at the VA or you have appointments at the VA, you should look at Tuesdays because it's only $1 from your front door in Iredell County to get to the VA in Salisbury and $1 to get home. You got to schedule the appointment, though. RideICATS.com. We're also going to have Christine Patterson, co-host of I Heart Mooresville, which airs every Tuesday from 11 to noon here on WSIC. And she is the arts and events manager for the town of Mooresville. So much going on in the town of Mooresville.
Yes, always.
A wonderful, great community. And we love that Christine and the team there at Mooresville is willing to come in and share that information of what's going on with the community and the broader area. Because, you know, we go all the way down to Center City, Charlotte, all the way to the north side of Iredell, east and west of Lake Norman, out to Cabarrus County, all the way out to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and on the west side in Denver, too, because Lake Norman is a wonderful community, and it seems to continue to grow is what's happening.
For their Bands, Brews, and Barbecue, they had people coming from other states to come to that. Like, that's what's more.
Well, you had Messina!
Yeah, that's what Mooresville's doing, though. Like, they're bringing people. It's not just like their events are not just for the people of Mooresville, who are fantastic and great people, but they're bringing people from other states, like Virginia and Tennessee were coming for, you know, Bands, Brews, and Barbecue because it's such a great event. All of it. Jody Messina was the headliner. They're going to have I don't think they've announced their headliner for this year, but it's going to be another great concert, great event, great food, very well organized. You know, they just do a fantastic job with everything they do.
Also want to say thanks to Bob McIntosh and the McIntosh Law Firm. We're going to have Amy Isaacson at 8:30. Going to be talking about estates and trusts. What an important concept. The way North Carolina works, once you die, there's not really any decision-making you can do. I don't think that's necessarily North Carolina, too. That's kind of like everywhere. Yeah. Once you die, you really can't make a decision at that point. So before you die, you want to make a decision about your estate, about potentially a trust, those type of scenarios. We're going to talk through some estates and trusts and concepts with Amy and things just to consider, just to kind of keep you aware of. And if you're interested in, obviously you can reach out to McIntosh Law. Maybe you've already got it in place, but it's a concept that just to be aware of as you get older in life and the more days that pass, the more likelihood is, right, that there's not that as many days left. And that's just
you never know.
math.
You know, you really never know. So it's important to have all those plans in place for your peace of mind, for your family's peace of mind, because the last thing you want to do when you're going through the loss of a loved one is also have to scramble for, oh, gosh, what did they want? You know, and, you know, what do I do with all their things and their stuff and, all of that. So it's just important for your peace of mind and your family that all that stuff is set up before you pass.
And if you want to see it do something specific, you've got to be specific and intentional about what you want in general to happen. And so, again, we'll talk with A.B. Isaacs of McIntosh Law Firm, McIntoshLawFirm.com. You can check them out. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, Patrick Reynolds is going to be here with you, 9 to 11, 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. I want to go ahead and give you that number because MerleFest tickets, it's your chance to win each week. If you've got a birthday or anniversary or you know somebody with a birthday or anniversary, you call them and you get them onto the prize wheel. And at 10:45 each day, Patrick spins that wheel and you've got your chance to win tickets. MerleFest, all the winners of the week that on Friday get put onto the big wheel. And that's how you get 2 any-day passes to MerleFest. There will be more chances to win. Download the WSIC News app to learn even more. I have a beef with this other map. You know, we've been doing state maps for a while.
Yeah.
We've been learning more. This isn't one where I'm going to test your knowledge, although it probably will develop into that, of the different states because this map doesn't have actual names. It's just got the lines. But this is a map based on most popular soda by state. And this might just be personal to me. North Carolina on this list, and this was a holiday calendar surveyed 3,000 Americans from May 25th to June 2nd in 2024. And this was the result for North Carolina. Pepsi.
I don't believe it. Now, Pepsi was invented in North Carolina, yes. But my beef with Pepsi is invented in North Carolina, and then they moved their headquarters to New York City.
Oh, so they don't have their headquarters here at all anymore?
No, I'm sure they have some bottling companies and stuff, but they moved to New York City. And
I feel like they have one in West Jefferson. I feel like I've seen some facility in West Jefferson.
I know that they have bottling facilities across, but they moved their headquarters to New York City. They did that snip-snap. Where they're like, oh, yeah, we started here, but now we got to go. We're too big. We got to go to New York. No, stay here. We're good. We're nice people here. That's my issue with Pepsi. That's really it. And a lot of people like it. I do not like Pepsi, though.
I'm more of if I'm choosing between the two, first off, I won't drink regular on either.
You don't like
the sugar grittiness on my teeth. I just can't do. But if I'm choosing between, I'm going Diet Coke. If I'm going between Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi.
Always Diet Coke, yeah.
Unless Diet Pepsi with lemon was pretty good for the short time that it existed.
Oh, I never tried that one.
See, they started doing the flavors in them too in the drinks.
Yeah, I never tried that. Now I'm more of a purist. But yeah, I'm gonna go Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke.
Now Diet is not on here. They don't have.
This
they don't
is just regular. This is not Diet.
versus
So
regular.
North Carolina and South Carolina both said Pepsi. I don't believe that either. And also, they only serve 3,000 Americans. So did they get someone from each state?
Well, it's sampling. It's sampling.
Or were
here.
they just like, hey, what do you think they like in North Carolina? Oh, Pepsi.
Pretty much the whole bottom of the United States is all Coca-Cola. You kind of got the across the top. No wonder why they're kind of wild all over the place. Mountain Dew.
Got all those rectangle states.
Maybe we should be hanging out with them more because if they're doing the Dew out there,
they're getting wild out there.
Doing some
I
stuff.
cannot drink a Mountain Dew, and I love a Sun Drop, but there's something in the Mountain Dew that just like I don't know.
It makes you glow green.
I can't drink it. I can't. I like even looking at it now, like thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, I just can't. It just gives me. And I love a cheer wine. I love a Sun Drop. I love a Coke. Yeah, I just can't. I can't do it.
Honey, your feet are glowing underneath
That's
the
what
sheet.
I feel like. I just start glowing green.
Dr. Pepper is kind of slim, right in the middle of the country.
And
Oklahoma, Arkansas, maybe.
Yeah.
And then wait, this was not the chef's
We've
face.
done this before.
This
We've
was
done
the
this
chef's
before.
body next to the fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That is a state.
Yeah.
That is in the middle.
That's right. That's one of them rectangle
Dang,
states.
I said I wasn't going to do the names. The one I think that's funny is all the way on the right side here. I don't know what little state that is. Maybe Washington, D.C. Orange Crush?
Yeah.
There's one state with
Crush
Orange
just
Crush?
snuck in there.
Or is that Maryland?
I don't know what state that is. But yeah, it snuck right in there. Yeah, Orange Crush got
It's
it
a
all.
little too up and right from Virginia. If you have the map memorized, I
think it's Delaware.
Up and right.
Is it
Okay,
Delaware?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
somewhere
Orange
in that.
Crush? What are they doing in Delaware?
I don't know. I think that's the
Drinking
only
Crush.
oddball out too, right? There's not like another random drink on this entire map.
Also, from my Texas born and bred husband, he would very much disagree that Coke is Texas because Dr. Pepper was invented in Texas. So if we're going by the idea of North Carolina invented Pepsi, so it has to be Pepsi. Texas
Well, maybe the
invented
people
Dr.
of Texas
Pepper.
have forgotten about Dr. Pepper. People in North Carolina
Texas
may have not
people
forgotten about
love
Pepsi.
Texas and everything that ever came from Texas. So I have trouble believing this. But yeah, it's their survey, not mine.
Well, so you completely disagree with the results.
Yeah, I
of
just put cheerwine across the whole state.
Fake
No,
news!
whole
on the-
country.
yeah, just all
But this
cheerwine.
Crush can stay. Crush can stay.
It is interesting when you go to another state or you visit somewhere where people come from another place and you mention to them about cheerwine and
Oh,
they
yeah.
haven't heard of it.
No.
And don't even get me started on having sweet tea in places that
Oh yeah, no, it's a whole thing.
you want
It's a whole
iced
thing.
tea. No, I don't want. I've learned what iced tea means. I don't want unsweet tea.
I know. I do like unsweet tea though. That
Do you?
makes me. Yeah, I always get nervous. I'm gonna lose my Southern card when I'm like just tea, just no unsweet, please.
Cold,
Yeah,
not hot.
I like hot tea too, but yeah.
Have you
cold
ever
iced
had
tea.
hot unsweet tea?
Yeah, all the time.
Because you can just drink it like after it boils.
It's good.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie is on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, my forecast is that most of us will have spring fever by the end of this week. Plenty of sunshine. We'll climb up to around 70 for our Tuesday afternoon, only dropping back into the upper 30s overnight, so chilly, but not super cold. Approaching the low 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into our Wednesday. Our next rain chance, although a quick one, and likely not much rain, comes Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The app with Lake Norman deals. The WSIC app is out now, wherever you get your apps.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Join the Statesville Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday, February 26th for a night of celebration and recognition with the rescheduled annual Sage Awards for Statesville area growth and excellence. The event honors individuals and organizations that have made significant impacts on the community. The rescheduled Sage Awards begins at 6 p.m. Wednesday, February 26th at the Statesville Civic Center. Visit statesvillechamber.org for your tickets. Bin 110 in Cornelius presents live music Thursday through Saturday. Simple Soul, Vinyl Live, and Chasing Phoenix headline 3 straight nights of live performances. Visit bin110.com for more information and their full upcoming music schedule. We'll see you this weekend at Bin 110. Saturday night, the 500 Club in Statesville presents live music with Blackwater Revival. Blackwater Revival presents their performance of high energy and hard-driving classic rock music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Enjoy live music at 6 p.m. Saturday at the 500 Club. The Daily STEAM program at Charlotte Motor Speedway offers student groups a fun educational experience like no other. Students will relate motorsports to core principles of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. Kids will experience force, motion, energy, and engineering through hands-on stations. Morning and afternoon sessions are available to accommodate school schedules. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information on the Daily STEAM programs for students. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Merlefest 2025, presented by Window World, returns April 24th through the 27th in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear the Avett Brothers, Bonnie Raitt, The Dead South, Watch House, Wyatt Floors, I'm With Her, Leftover Salmon, The Warren Treaty, The Steel Drivers, and many more. For tickets, visit merlefest.org.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:18. Happy Tuesday to you. We're going to be chatting with Amy Isaacs of the McIntosh Law Firm coming up soon. Going to be talking about estates, going to be talking about trust, some concepts involved with it. Because, again, once you die, you can't make any more decisions, so you got to do it beforehand. That's how the rule works. North Carolina is introducing some potential legislation. This is from Representative John Bell. And we'll talk about that a little. Sorry, you stood up and left away, and I just completely forgot exactly where I was at that moment. RideICATS.com, alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte, cruising in the HOV lane with Jeff. Cruising along, Jeff. How you doing?
Good morning. Feels pretty good. There's no accidents to report. There is a lot of heavy congestion, 77 southbound from about Cornelius all the way down to about 485. There's some stop-and-go traffic around Sanford Road, Gilead Road. As you go into the city of Charlotte from about 7785, traffic is backed up in that area, moving slowly this morning. 77 northbound from about 485 up through Cornelius. You'll run into some stop-and-go traffic in that area. Statesville, Troutman, Mooresville, I've not heard of any issues, so hope everybody has a great day.
Jeff, we so appreciate you, sir. Drive safe out there. Look forward to chatting with you tomorrow.
All right, have a great day.
You too, sir. RideICATS.com, $1 from your front door to go to the VA in Salisbury today, $1 to get back. RideICATS.com. Christine, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday. Good, doing well. It's nice and sunny out today. Where are you in Mooresville right now, or are you in your morning routine enjoying the streets of Lake Norman?
Yes, I am in Mooresville right now. I heard it's supposed to get in the 70s today.
Yes, it's supposed to be beautiful. Little spring teas again this week.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. March is like my favorite time of year because we're ramping up for event season. We have so much going on in March. Like every weekend there's something to do.
Do you get allergies? I'm sorry if I'm getting too personal with you right now. Do you get allergies?
No, I get I don't know if you'd call it allergies. I kind of like get some of the sinus stuff going on, but not full blown allergies. I've been lucky.
My son gets them pretty bad, and
Yeah.
so when the sneezes start coming, we like, oh, something's breaking out outside.
Yep.
Some flowers are blooming.
Yep.
But we love going to parks. We love going outside. Mooresville's got a lot of parks. Is it 17 or 26? I said 26. It feels like 50, but how many do y'all have?
It's 17. Yeah, 17 parks. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's an amazing amenity for the community. Can you highlight for us some of the parks around Mooresville? Because, again, there's quite a few, and they're spread out, because Mooresville's big, and you guys really are trying to cover the entire town of Mooresville, not just one particular section of town, too.
Yeah, Mooresville really does have a truly good offering for parks, and they're all over, town too. So we've got some great parks, in the downtown area, like Bellingham Park, Liberty Park, John Franklin Moore Park, lots of options. Then you have Cornelius Road Park, you've got Mazeppa Park, lots of sports activities going on, the dog park at Cornelius Park. I mean, we really do have, just the different amenities that kind of appeal to everyone. But my favorite part about the parks is, the programming and the engagement opportunities that we offer in the parks, because while you can go and, take your dog and have a stroll, and that's great, but you can also go see a concert in the park or watch a movie in the park. And I love that we are able to do that.
The park over, is it Morrison Plantation, the Hope Park or something? Oh, is that?
Yeah.
That's an amazing one.
I've not been to that one.
That's a really great park. That's actually one of my favorite parks. I can't believe I didn't say that one. They actually just added the sails, the stage sails over the playground part, to keep it, because that equipment can get really hot in the sun. So we've been trying to do that to all the parks, and I think that's been a really nice addition. Keep kids safe, because that can heat up really, really good in the sun. So we're continuing to add improvements like that.
We're speaking with Christine Patterson. She's the Arts and Events Manager for the town of Mooresville, also co-host of I Heart Mooresville, which airs every Tuesday from 11 to noon, along with Dawn Smile, who's with Parks and Recreation. How closely do you work with Parks and Recreation with all the events throughout the year?
Yeah, very closely, because obviously, a lot of our programming is in the park, and so we want to make sure that logistics-wise, that everything's planned, that the parks are looking great. So we definitely work with our park services team, marketing. Of course, Dawn is the marketing manager, and so making sure that, if we are closing any parking lots, or if there's any areas of the park that are closed due to programming, that we're communicating that to the public. Very closely with them. We actually, the arts and events used to be part of Parks and Recreation, and then as we grew, we kind of broke off, and I guess last week now, we officially the experience and engagement department. So now arts and events is a division within the experience and engagement department. So we're continuing to grow.
Sounds like even more work for you, Christine. Speaking of the work today, 11 to noon when you come in for your show, I Heart Mooresville. What you guys going to be chatting about today?
Yes, we have the executive director, Ken Atkins, of the Mooresville Downtown Commission, and Megan Morrow, who also works with the organization. They've got a lot coming up. Shamrocks and Shenanigans on March 16th. Of course, February is, all month long. It's Love Downtown, so all the businesses, you can decorate their windows. You can, kind of help them celebrate the month of love. But they've got a lot on tap, so we're going to talk to them today.
So downtown Mooresville, because this is a unique aspect where you guys have signature events as the town, but then there's the Downtown Mooresville Commission. How have you guys kind of segmented this to maximize, for the community and optimize for events in this guy? How does that relationship work between you guys and Downtown Mooresville?
Yeah, we work together closely, but, the organizations have different goals. For us, as our town, our Department of Experience and Engagement, it's about providing those engagement opportunities for all the residents of Mooresville, even the tourism aspect, to plan programming that helps build Mooresville as a festival destination. The Mooresville Downtown Commission's goal is to support the downtown businesses and to make sure that they're planning programming, throughout the year that provides foot traffic to them that's beneficial. And of course, there's an aspect of that to what we do too. But they're really hyper focused on the downtown businesses. So they have events like the food truck festivals Shamrocks and Shenanigans. They have Uncorked and Artsy that really gets that business involvement so they can participate and interact with the community. But, we want to make sure that there's no overlap and that we're providing a great lineup of events that complement each other throughout the year.
DowntownMooresville.com is where you can go to check out the info for Shamrocks and Shenanigans. Of course, listening to iHeart Mooresville from 11 to noon today. And you can catch it on demand wherever you watch on social, wherever you listen to podcasts, and always the WSIC News app. If I go to MooresvilleEvents.com, though, that's where I'm seeing about Mooresville Day that's coming up. 3rd annual Mooresville Day Festival, March 22nd. So almost like back-to-back week of events in March. How's it going? How's the planning and preparation for Mooresville Day?
Yes, we are so excited about Mooresville Day this year. So like you said, March 22nd, it's 12 to 4, downtown Mooresville. We're bringing a kazoo band this year.
All right.
I am so excited.
I'm so excited about that. A kazoo band.
I know.
Okay.
We're going to give out like thousands of kazoos, and we're going to create like the world's largest kazoo band. And this guy's amazing. He can play a kazoo like I've never heard. So I'm super excited about that. But we'll have tons of performances throughout the day. Of course, the school mascot dance competition is one of my favorites, so we're bringing that back. And then rides, games, activities, street performers. Of course, Sigmund Theatrical is going to be there creating their interactive experiences. So it's going to be a good day.
And so noon to 4 p.m., March 22nd. And this is a free event for the community, right?
Yes, everything is free except for food and beverage. But all the activities, we always want to make sure that, they're affordable, and we always like to offer free if we can. Our sponsors have, allowed us to do that. We have some great partners that we're working with this year. So we're super excited to be able to always offer those programs for free.
Christine, not to get too personal with you again, but we're coming into springtime here. Are you a green thumb person? Like, do you have like house plants, outdoor plants? How are you in the plant game? Because I feel like I got to take mine outside soon.
Yeah. So whatever the opposite of a green thumb is, that like a black thumb?
Brown thumb, black thumb. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's me.
I can't even. It's so sad because Brawley Seed has beautiful plants, and sometimes after our displays in the spring, and then with the mums, they'll like, oh, take one of these. It's, you can water it, it'll be fine. It's dead within a week. I do not even accept plants anymore.
Christine, I'm just glad to know that you're not good at everything. You're good at pretty much everything, but we all have flaws somewhere. So
yeah,
that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Yeah, no, can't keep a plant alive.
Christine, for Mooresville Day, are we all done with vendors being able to sign up? The timeline has passed. It's too late. Got to look to the next event if you're a vendor wanting to sign up.
That is correct. We've got all of our vendors. We'll have 50-plus vendors for Mooresville Day, but of course we have other opportunities throughout the year. Working Thinkers Craft Show, Rock the Park. We have vendors at almost everything we do, so lots of other opportunities.
Excellent. Thank you, Christine. We so appreciate you stopping by. Looking forward to iHeart Mooresville. Again, it airs every Tuesday from 11 to noon. You can catch it live and on demand via the WSIC News app. And hope you have a great day. We're looking forward to hearing about Shamrocks and Shenanigans. Are y'all going to be wearing – you don't have to wear green today, right? Because it's just on St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. Not today, but in a couple weeks, we better all be wearing green.
Don't be pinching people around the town like that.
I'm practicing my kazoo. I want to be in that band.
That's right.
Thanks, Christine. We'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Keep it right here. Justin, Bill, and Mamie will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, my forecast is that most of us will have spring fever by the end of this week. Plenty of sunshine. We'll climb up to around 70 for our Tuesday afternoon, only dropping back into the upper 30s overnight, so chilly, but not super cold. Approaching the low 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into our Wednesday. Our next rain chance, although a quick one, and likely not much rain, comes Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawfirm.com.
How do you know which vitamins, herbs, or homeopathics are right for you? Come to Lowry Drug. You will be amazed at our selection of natural products, including vitamins, minerals, protein supplements, herbs, homeopathics, essential oils, and Bach flower remedies. We have quality products and smart selection for your better health. Come see us at Lowry Drug on Harkness Road in Statesville. Call 704-873-2247. Come see us.
For over 57 years, Nelson Royals has been serving the Lake Norman, Mooresville, Statesville, and surrounding counties. Nelson Royals has work and Western clothing and over 4,000 boots and shoes in stock. Brands like Ariat, Rocky, Justin, Durango, Tony Lama, Red Wing, Thorogood, Skechers, Hey Dude, and many more. Check them out at nelsonroyals.com.
Pizza night just got an upgrade. Stop by Pomodoro's for fresh, authentic Italian eats that hit the spot every time. Dine in or take out because good food is always a good idea. Check out pomodoros.com for details.
Are you juggling life and caregiving? Call Equity Health Primary Care. Their team of nurse practitioners and therapists deliver exceptional care in clinic, at home, or virtually. Their personalized services are designed for comfort and convenience. High quality care anywhere. Visit equityhealthcares.com.
If you're a builder and you haven't went to Little Shaver's Wood Shop, you're missing all types of lumber products, hard to find woods and paneling materials that are in stock and ready to help you conquer anything the job throws your way. Locally owned, Little Shaver's Wood Shop has a friendly, knowledgeable staff to get you in, out, and on with your day. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, 3301 Salisbury Highway in Statesville. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, LILshavers.com.
No radio? No worries.
Just ask Alexa to play WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Elon Musk said that federal workers will be given a second opportunity to respond to a government-wide email detailing what they did last week and threatened to fire any employee who does not meet his demands. But the federal agency that sent that email said yesterday that it's up to agency leadership, not Musk, what happens to those who ignore the message. President Donald Trump said tariffs scheduled to hit Canada and Mexico next month were on time and moving along very rapidly following an initial delay. Canada and Mexico have implemented new border measures in an effort to stave off the tariffs. Home Depot says a key sales metric will turn positive for the year, a sign consumers are looking to spend more on big-ticket items. Home Depot has benefited recently from an uptick in housing activity. Stock futures were fluctuating in a narrow range this morning. It was a mostly lower close to start the week on Wall Street. The Dow edged higher, the S&P slipped, the Nasdaq tumbled 237 points. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The best talk all day long.
WSIC.
Local starts here. They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 8:34. You know, it's unfortunate, man. So once you die, you can't make a decision at that point.
Not anymore.
It should have been decided prior to. And North
That's
Carolina.
just not North Carolina.
No, that's kind of
everywhere.
everywhere. It really is. But North Carolina does have, certain rules. I think when you die, the rules are by the individual state, if I remember correctly. Amy Isaacs of McIntosh Law Firm is here with us this morning. McIntoshlawfirm.com, a team of attorneys located in Davidson, North Carolina. Regardless of your need, they can help you. And estates, probate, trust, with all this kind of stuff that's just crazy and all over the place can be. We've got Amy here, who's the professional that knows what's going on. Good morning, Amy. How are you?
Good morning. Good. I hope you're
Come on
doing
close.
well.
Scooch on in
Thank you for
here.
having me.
Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to start with a simple question. When you die, is it really complicated to do an estate, or is it actually really easy?
I think it can be really easy. Taking the initiative and doing the pre-planning are everything. And what I find is once you take that first step, it really is downhill from there. It can be a very painless process. It's just a matter of taking that initial step and deciding that you're going to put those plans into place.
And when you're planning for your death, and that's going to feel weird, right?
It
Like
does.
when you're doing it, it's
Yeah,
probably
it's a little
feels
uncomfortable
weird.
to think about and to talk about, but it's something you got to do.
And one of the concepts, though, is designating a beneficiary, right? Picking someone that you're going to leave the stuff to that, in your mind is worth cajillions of dollars and one day certainly will be for the rest of your family. When you have a conversation with someone about this and they're coming into the office, what's that like? Is it an easy process or how do you take that on?
So when we're doing estate planning, obviously we want to make sure that we have a last will and testament that says who our executor will be, who will settle our affairs at death. The will also transfer assets to your loved ones. But one key piece of planning is also doing beneficiary designations. A beneficiary designation is actually separate from a will, and it's very easy to do. Let's say you have a life insurance policy. Probably most of us have a life insurance policy that we purchased or even through our employers. You can designate a beneficiary who will get that money at your death. You name that beneficiary at your death. They provide your death certificate to the life insurance company, fill out a claim form, and they're going to have their money within a matter of days. So much easier even than having it go through your will and going through the probate process. So the good news is beneficiary designations can be done on lots of assets. Life insurance policies, retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs, annuities. You can designate a beneficiary for brokerage accounts, even bank accounts and CDs. And so it's really easy because your beneficiary, they go straight to the bank and get the money. They don't even have to go through probate.
So if you can handle the customer service call of getting the form to put the person on there, you can accomplish this.
You may not even have to sit and wait for a human. Sometimes you can go online.
Wow.
That's pretty common these days. You don't even have to talk to a human. You just go online, access your account, and change your beneficiary. You should definitely make sure you get a written confirmation that your beneficiary's changed. As a probate lawyer, I see things, as you said, after death, it's too late. So I see the plan or the lack of plan, as the case may be, getting set in motion. And I've seen some interesting situations arising from beneficiary designations or lack of a beneficiary designation. One thing people don't realize until it's too late, if you don't have a beneficiary designation, let's say you have $1 million brokerage account at Edward Jones. When you go through probate, the state of North Carolina charges probate fees when you file your estate at the courthouse. And it is $4 for every $1,000. So just like that, you're writing a check for $4,000 simply because you had that account in your estate. If you have a beneficiary designated, it goes directly to them and they get to keep the $4,000.
Now, probate, so you spend a lot of time having a lot of fun, I would imagine, in the estate world. So do you have the superhuman ability of when, let's say you're at one of the nice parties in town and you're talking to people and you can just look at them and say, yeah, you're testate. No, you're intestate. Can you feel that vibe from somebody?
Sadly, you can't.
Oh.
You really can't. And it surprises me when I see an estate where the person didn't have a will.
Intestate.
Yeah, that's
what that means.
intestate.
I know
That's
you
what
guys are
that
talking
means.
lawyer
We're talking
words.
lawyer
Yeah,
lingo.
I'm just sitting over here smiling.
It surprises me.
Just say I'm testate.
Yeah,
Just say
I'm testate. You're good. We're good. People that I know that then they should have known better. They should have known better. And yet there they are, and they didn't have a will. They didn't do beneficiary designations. We can absolutely pick up the pieces. It's just, more time consuming and possibly more expensive.
So if someone says to you, I just don't want to take I can't think about it right now, Amy. I don't want to think about dying. I can't think about leaving behind my loved ones. I just can't do it right now. What do you say to them?
I just try to reassure them that really the process is pretty painless. If you can take that step, is literally take that first step, to go to the lawyer's office, to do the will. I promise it's pretty much smooth sailing from there.
There's a new thing that's developing, and it's kind of new, not new, but it's hitting more and more of the consumers. This concept of digital assets. cryptocurrency, or could be a picture, some kind of ownership of some type of memorabilia, we'll say, or trading collectible, but it's in digital format. Are you seeing anything in that world right now?
I am starting to see more and more of that. As an attorney, I've been doing this for over 20 years. My clients who are dying are, thankfully, for the most part, older adults, and digital assets are, somewhat generational as far as cryptocurrency. I haven't seen many estates with cryptocurrency yet, but I have seen a few. And in one case, the deceased person didn't leave any instructions or passwords or what we call keys to access the cryptocurrency. And the cryptocurrency was basically lost because there was no way to get to it at that point. But another estate, the young person was, forward thinking and left his mom everything she needed to access his cryptocurrency. And she was able to access it without any issue whatsoever.
So for you at McIntosh Law Firm, you starting the process, is it most of the time after the person has died? Is that when you step in? Are you helping people plan their estates and part of that process too?
I do both. I started my career as an estate planning attorney, and as time went by, clients were passing away, and I was working with their families, settling estates. I would say at this point, most of my day is filled with meeting with families and settling estates. What I find is being on that side of things when it's too late, that is a great lesson in how to be a better estate planner for sure.
Talking with families, there's a lot of anticipation, I imagine, after the deceased is gone, right? And figuring out what's going to happen and the timelines and all that kind of stuff. Real estate is certainly a portion of it as well, I would imagine, from time to time. Does that make it more complicated, less complicated, or no, it can all be figured out, as again, if you just want to sit down and have the conversation?
It really can be figured out with good planning. When we're dealing with real estate, using a trust is often a really easy tool to deal with transferring real estate at death. Leaving it to your loved ones through a will is perfectly fine as well. You can have your executor directed to sell your real estate, which takes any of the, decision-making or potential disagreement out of the hands of your heirs or beneficiaries. So it doesn't tend to be complicated. When it does tend to be complicated, if someone dies without a will. And the state of North Carolina then obviously has laws that say who receives your property if you don't have a will. And if you have children, then children are likely to become owners of that property. And if any of them are under 18, then we have a mess because people under 18 can't sell real estate. So that's when it gets really messy.
I have no doubt you spend copious amounts of hours throughout the year studying and seeing what's going on. You're with a top-notch team at McIntosh Law Firm. But when estate stuff, that doesn't the rules don't change very often, if I had to guess, as far as estates, or do they change, and people need to be aware of it?
In the grand scheme of things, the rules do not change much. The probate laws have been fairly consistent and steady over the years. Obviously, estate tax laws change over time, and so everybody's anxiously awaiting to see what happens at the end of this year to see if our estate tax exemption amounts go up. But as far as the laws governing probate and estate administration wills, those tend to stay pretty consistent.
Oh, I thought this was going to be my redemption because of the incandescent light bulb situation. I had 8 years to plan and I didn't do it, and then I got in trouble for that, Amy. Amy Isaacs of McIntosh Law Firm joining us this morning talking about probate. It's one of those things, once you die, you can't make another decision. And so
do it now.
You do it now. And it's a tough conversation. It's a hard conversation. But with the right people, the right team in place like McIntosh Law Firm and Amy, you can get it done pretty easily. Thank you so much, Amy, for coming in.
Thank you both.
Stay where you are. There's more Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, my forecast is that most of us will have spring fever by the end of this week. Plenty of sunshine. Climb up to around 70 for our Tuesday afternoon. Only dropping back into the upper 30s overnight. So chilly, but not super cold. Approaching the low 70s again with plenty of sunshine heading into our Wednesday. Our next rain chance, although a quick one, Likely not much rain comes Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Join the Statesville Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday, February 26th for a night of celebration and recognition with the rescheduled annual Sage Awards for Statesville area growth and excellence. The event honors individuals and organizations that have made significant impacts on the community. The rescheduled Sage Awards begins at 6 p.m. Wednesday, February 26th at the Statesville Civic Center. Visit statesvillechamber.org for your tickets. Bin 110 in Cornelius presents live music Thursday through Saturday. Simple Soul, Vinyl Live, and Chasing Phoenix headline 3 straight nights of live performances. Visit bin110.com for more information and their full upcoming music schedule. We'll see you this weekend at Bin 110. Saturday night, the 500 Club in Statesville presents live music with Blackwater Revival. Blackwater Revival presents their performance of high energy and hard-driving classic rock music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Enjoy live music at 6 p.m. Saturday at the 500 Club. The Daily STEAM program at Charlotte Motor Speedway offers student groups a fun and educational experience like no other. Students will relate motorsports to core principles of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. Kids will experience force, motion, energy, and engineering through hands-on stations. Morning and afternoon sessions are available to accommodate school schedules. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information on the Daily STEAM programs for students. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
MurrelFest 2025, presented by Window World, returns April 24th through the 27th in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear the Avett Brothers, Bonnie Raitt, The Dead South, Watch House, Wyatt Flores, I'm With Her, Leftover Salmon, The Warren Treaty, The Steel Drivers, and many more. For tickets, visit MurrelFest.org.
That morning pep talk for Lake Norman, Statesville, with Justin, Bill, and Mamie, now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:48. Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks again to Amy Isaacs of McIntosh Law Firm. Probate, estates, tough conversation to have. But again, once you die, you don't have any choice in the matter. So you might as well plan now, especially if you got stuff you want to leave to particular people.
Yeah.
You want to make sure. Look, everyone's got, some rowdy folks in their family, and they may come out of the woodworks. You might meet some, family might start meeting that has never met before and claim their family and all that kind of stuff when probates and estates happen.
And you know how much fun Thanksgiving is sometimes.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, just add money on top of that. That's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, take care of it now.
Earlier, I mentioned there's a new bill that's being filed by Representative John Bell. He said, today I filed legislation to direct state agencies to reevaluate college degree requirements for state jobs and recognize work experience, including military service and apprenticeships. This will help fill vacant positions while opening the door to workers who may be skilled and experienced but lack a diploma. What a shift that's happening very quickly for. I remember because when we were growing up, it was all about which university you're going to go, what's your 4-year degree, where are you going to go.
If you didn't go to college, then
in the moment, it seemed
like there was no other option. You had to go to college. There wasn't another option. So I'm glad that they're doing that because my husband works in the trades. He loves his job, and college isn't for everybody. It's not cut out for everybody.
And there's different paths, right? Like, so I just went to a 4-year university and I did the full 4-year degree. But Demi, my wife, who's an outstanding kindergarten teacher, she went to a community college for the first 2 years, got her associates, and then transferred to a 4-year university and got her bachelor's degree. So there's all different paths because now you're throwing trade schools too.
Yeah. And Rob went into the military.
Yep.
And then when he got out, he went to trade school training to work for
certification and all that.
To work on cars. And so there's all different paths to get there. And then my daughter Katie did the early college program at CPCC at the Huntersville campus, and then went on to a 4-year university, but entered college with, almost a full year of credits.
And those full 2 years, the first 2 years really, if you go to a 4-year university is kind of like the last 2 years you had at high school, in essence.
Just those prerequisites.
It's figuring stuff out. And so there's so many paths. So it is encouraging to see in general, our legislators start saying and looking at, and the rule makers and those who are in charge, private companies doing the same too. It's not about just having a diploma anymore. It has nothing. That doesn't prove somebody's skill set or ability. The other side of that too, if you just graduated with a 4-year degree, you might be looking around saying, dang, I got all this debt, or I got this school degree and I can't find the dream job I thought I was going to have. Sorry, sometimes you get caught up in the lie. Patrick, do you know how to read?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
all right.
darn
Sorry,
right.
I just
What was your path?
REED.
There you go. Did you go to college? You go to 4-year college?
Similar to Rob's, without the military. I went to trade school right out of high school, and it's a discussion now that you hear a lot. Jim Vogel with Lake Norman Small Business Group has normalized trade schools. To me, it always was. It was always about a skill set, but this was, decades ago. And the world did not share my view. I had a path even then with racing, cars, automotive. So I went to trade school. It was a 1-year program, but it was all day. That was it. It was all day, one class.
It was your full time.
5 days a week, one class every day. And I got a degree in automotive technology, back then. And I just had my path. That's where I wanted to go on it. And nowadays, as I look, with the, internet, social media, jobs pop up. And you look on them and I click on them and 4-year degree required. And I see that. And I know from my own experiences, I've worked for years with people with degrees, especially in racing. I'll go down a rabbit hole here. There were engineers that were educated but not smart. They were paid well, had a 4-year degree, had a piece of paper that they were worth a lot. But when you got to talk to know them, they had a position within a company that they weren't qualified for, but they had a piece of paper that said they were. I like this direction of let's actually look at people's skill set and who they are as opposed to just some piece of paper. There's a joke going around that says, okay, you passed attendance for 4 years. You showed up, you paid your tuition, and off you go. So I like this direction.
There's an old saying, the market will correct itself, right? That's happened in financial markets, real estate, business, everywhere. And it's proving itself true again now where, everyone talks about labor and the need for labor. Well, how can you correct that in the marketplace? Well, it doesn't really matter where the person came from. It's can they do the job and can they get it done? And do they fit the culture and all those other kind of practical things rather than the formalities of just looking at a piece of paper and checking a checkbox off. So very interesting times we're in. And so we'll see what happens. Again, there's a process to this. This isn't an overnight thing. There's committees. There's all this other kind of stuff that happens. But while you're waiting, you know what you should do? Listen to the Home Ad Audience. Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. And if you've got that birthday anniversary or you know somebody with a birthday or anniversary, you want to get them on that prize wheel every day because that's how you get closer and closer to your chance to winning Merle Fest tickets right now. Because each day at 10:45, Patrick Reynolds spins that prize wheel. He'll pick either a birthday anniversary winner. Well, I guess he doesn't really pick, the wheel picks. And then they get written down by Friday then. Double down on Friday, all those names combined. Who's going to win those Merle Fest tickets? Last week we had our first winner.
Double spins every Friday from here on up to Merle Fest. Yeah. We had
bad.
Yep. One day, 5 folks go on the wheel. By Friday, we spin them 2 Merle Fest tickets.
Okay, so 1 out of 5 this week in the bag. Yesterday, birthday or anniversary?
I had all birthdays yesterday. So we had
What's up, my anniversary folks?
Don't know where the anniversaries are. Coming up to March. Better weather.
More likely to be an anniversary
It'll
month?
come. Yeah, it'll come. It'll shift. The market will correct itself.
I think Mamie's theory of the winter time and the weather, it holds true.
There's not a lot of weddings happening in the winter,
Nah,
I did have a friend get engaged Valentine's Day, so I did let her know, hey, January, February wedding, you got a much better chance of getting on that prize wheel. So.
Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day. It's engagement season, not wedding season.
Yes.
We are heading into wedding season. We'll get more anniversaries on.
All of those months being cold months, and so you probably want a furnace in those months. Natural gas might be part of it, or just oil and gas in general. President Trump posted yesterday on True Social, our country's doing really well. And today I was just thinking that the company building the Keystone XL pipeline that was viciously jettisoned by the incompetent Biden administration should come back to America and get it built now. I know they were treated very badly by sleepy Joe Biden, but the Trump administration is very different. Easy approvals, almost immediate start. If not them, perhaps another pipeline company. We want the Keystone XL pipeline built. So as far as jobs and trades go, seems like working with your hands is going to be, at least for the next while, going to be the area you want to be in.
It's good. And there's a lot of people that don't work well in an office, don't work well sitting in a cubicle or working from home, and they want to be working with their hands. So it's a great way to push towards that, because there's lots of really good paying jobs too. I think that's the misconception too. Well, if I have a college degree, I'll make more money. But that's not true.
That was true in my case, that just what you're talking about. I was in my 20s. I did not want to be at a desk. I did not want to be in an office. I didn't want to talk to people. Do you believe that? I didn't want to talk to anybody. But I was working on cars. I had my toolbox. I had to talk to one person a day, the service manager. The Rob. I talked to that person. I'm like, okay, here's what's going on with this car, this customer. Go take care of it. All right. Talk to you later. And off I went, opened up my toolbox, and I got to work. And that's at that point in my life. I enjoyed it, and that's what I wanted to be doing. Pay was good. It wasn't spectacular, but we'll see the market corrects itself. That'd be nice.
Yesterday in a conversation I was having, Doge had come up, and the concept of that email that came out from Doge of, hey, respond with 5 bullet points of what you did last week. And one of the people that I was with works for the VA, and it was very real. She got the email.
Oh, really?
And so it is a real concept that they really did send it out. She obviously replied. She's going to be one that's probably going to get more of a promotion rather, by actually doing a bunch of stuff. But it was very interesting and thinking of, the requirements that federal work was. I think the toughest part for me for like back to office goes, because that's a big shift right now too, right? That's becoming the requirement again. The what do you wear to the office when you go back, right? Because you got to if you haven't, maybe you took the job and you weren't ever in the office, and now all of a sudden you got to go back in.
You can't wear your leggings and your hoodie every day.
Federal government's not for that.
You can.
I think it's fun. He's bringing up a great example of right here in this studio.
Right.
He's got for people not watching on the WSIC News app, listening on the radio, Justin Ckezepis got a very nice jacket and tie on. I'm sitting right next to him. I got jeans and a hoodie on.
Yeah.
It's radio. It's what we do.
Right.
Are you making fun of the suit right now? Is that what that is?
No, it just takes all kinds.
You know what? I'm filing discrimination, it seems like, here.
I think Mamie
Contact
Land's
HR.
kind of in the middle. She's like business casual.
In the middle,
Has HR had it really easy for years? Because, isn't it in the office where the drama goes down to most of the time?
There's drama with remote people, too.
There is?
Yeah, don't think that there's not. There's drama with remote people.
You know who there's not any drama with?
Who's that?
The home ad.
That's
audience.
right.
Monday through Friday,
No
9
drama.
to 11. They're just buying, selling, and celebrating. You can join along with them. 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788. 3464. One of the wonderful shows in the lineup here at WSIC, 35 hours a week. Home Ad Show's been on for over 50 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
That's a long time. It's almost as old as the station. Not quite, but
it's up there.
Yeah.
Yes, WSIC being 76 years old, honored to be a part of that legacy. And today, no different with even more content for you. So you got Good Morning LKN 7 to 9, 9 to 11. Again, the Home Ad Show. You want to be celebrating those birthdays and anniversaries because that's how you're going to get closer to those Merle Fest tickets. 11 o'clock today, we spoke with her earlier, Christine Patterson, co-host of I Heart Mooresville. That'll be from 11 to noon. Along with Don Smile. They'll be talking about all the things going on in Mooresville. We're going to have the Downtown Commission on today talking about shamrocks and shenanigans coming up there in the town of Mooresville. A wonderful event each year. Happening, I think, around St. Patrick's Day, if I had to guess based
March
on
15th.
the name. Okay, so
St. Patty's Day lands on a Monday. This is the Saturday, a couple days before.
Smart move going with the Saturday before. I'll give them that. Noon to 3, then you got the Todd Starnes Show. You need that national political conversation addiction itched. We'll go ahead and get it done with the Todd Starnes Show Monday through Friday, noon to 3. Hey, did you catch former Representative Sain's show yesterday? He had General Michael Flynn on. If you missed that, go back and download the WSIC News app. It's available on iOS and Google Play. You can listen to that interview and hear what's going on. The Iredell GOP Reagan Dinner happening this Friday in Iredell County. I believe the tickets are sold out. But if you're interested in getting involved in the political arena, it seems like a great place to start. So reach out to somebody maybe in that space, and you can always reach out to the hosts here at WSIC of those if there's interested you're connecting with. A lot of the great leaders around here do make themselves very available for folks, which is amazing. And then you got 3 o'clock today. You got Community Centered. Again, we talked about Debbie O'Hanley, Executive Director of the Hope House Foundation, and Margie Kyle of Little Smiles, talking about the nonprofit scene going on around here in Lake Norman. And then 4 o'clock, you got the Good Soul, Patty Alvarez, bringing you that introspective thought today. Catch it all in the WSIC News app, on demand, anytime.
Serving you better than ever before. 105.9 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.
When you have problems with your heating system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.